Alright, so this is episode 9 of Lycoris Recoil. A little bit of a recap. We saw that Yoshi is tired of Chisato not fulfilling her dreams, and also the fact that Mika is not fulfilling his promise, so he's decided to take the action into his own hands, or at the very least, got Himegama, the woman who's usually by his side, to kidnap Chisato and do something with her heart. We also saw that Majima visited Chisato in her own apartment to talk about the first time when they met at the old radio tower. They talked about the Allen Institute and how Majima says that the whole philanthropy, I believe that's the word, philanthropy that the Allen Institute seems to practice is actually not really what, like the Allen Institute aren't as good as you think they are. But Chisato continues to believe that their mission is for good. They've saved all these people, and these people have gone to fulfill all these amazing things. But because of the incident of Majima coming in, Takina decides to make a plan for Chisato in case if she's in trouble, and we saw that happen towards the end with Chisato getting kidnapped and all that. So we saw that Takina is coming for her. I wonder if I assume maybe they're still at like that clinic place, but we'll just have to see it when we see it. I do have my full-length reaction up on Patreon, which you guys can check out in the description down below. Other than that, let us get started. Ooh, so she's finished? Damn, dude. Talk about fear of needles, and then she just gets like 5 of them just plugged right into her heart. So by the time Takina is done, is she... Uh-oh. Oh my god. Damn, dude, she came in. Blasting. You think bullets bounce? I dropped my pen. Oh. Damn, dude. So she got what she wanted and left? So I wonder if Chisato wakes up, if she'll feel anything different. If she does wake up, I suppose. We're gonna have some sort of conversation with the doctor too, like how she hired this lady. Oh my god, is this God? Did God just pet her? Oh, sorry, it was probably Yoshi. She wakes up in the first... Ah. Oh. It's 2 months at this. Before her heart stops. Damn, dude, really? That man's really out here, like... That's interesting. Yoshi's just like, let me hasten that for you. Oh, man. What, you think she's gonna get mad at you for that? After what happened? She's too sad to be angry. What the fuck is... Well, yeah, she cares about you. I'm sick! A camera?
情報漏洩阻止のため回収していた。ずっと探してたのに。大規模な真島討伐作戦を行う。お前も参加しろ。
Ah, of course.
お前を優秀なリコリスにするために尽力したというのに、ろくに役割を果たさず死ぬんだな。私の思う役割は楠木さんとは違うよ。話は終わっていない。座れ。タキナをここに戻してあげて。そしたら考えなくもない。
One of her last wishes if she only has 2 months left to live. Like, might as well get Takina back into the DA. Oh? Oh? Sure, we'll give you the shit parfait. Reply by tomorrow. Is that the DA invitation? Mmm. Of course, you need more manpower. But she doesn't want to leave Chisato. She's not. And then, oh my god, are we really just gonna be playing somber music throughout the entire thing? Oh god. I do now! I quit smoking, but after all this, when I feel guilty, it makes me want to smoke. And also, it's raining too, you know? Oh my god. She just came back drenched in the fucking rain. A woman who... Yeah. So Takina's overhearing this. Ooh, flashback? So it's a picture of Yoshi. Aww. She has the light little blush, dude. Oh my god! Oh. Her illness. Okay. So he gives her a heart. You know, she's got a talent gifted by God. Can't let her die. Fruit of ingenuity. Alright. Durability. Ah. Enough if she could live that long. And then man grew a heart. He got soft. Mm-hmm. No, you specifically. Yeah. She's our daughter already. Well then. Well, by fulfilling your mission. I became a savior for the time being. old camera. And they took, the DA took that to conceal something, if I remember, that's what she said. Yeah, dude, man's also operating? Goddamn, he's multi-talented. Well, my heart feels extremely heavy. Oh, hell yeah, a gun! The savior. The savior gave you a gun. It's a gun for helping people. Man really just came in here with snow on him. Mm-hmm. They want her to fulfill. Want to put pressure on her. Uh-huh. You're gonna have to participate. Then she's gonna have to move away. Yeah. Oh, there's Robota. Wow, that was quick. Oh. What does this man want to do? You want to fuck with the Allen Institute too? Oh, damn. What is this dress? This girl made a guidebook? Oh, she's got a timer? We gotta do everything within a time limit, dude. Dude, she ate that pancake so fast. Oh, it's closed. Yep. We're going off schedule. Oh, fishing. Mm-hmm. We can stay a little bit longer. A secret. Alright, where are you heading off for the final destination? Oh. They're looking over the town. God is whimsical. Yeah. Yeah, that's her ideology. Shit. God, the soundtrack's really hitting me with all these, like, fucking acoustic guitars, and now they're hitting me with a piano? My goodness. Oh, it snowed! Seems like it's a miracle after all. Oh my god, they're walking their separate ways towards the end. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's such a, oh, there's after credit scene. Alright. Just to make sure so I don't accidentally click pause again. But, that's, yeah, that was a pretty heavy episode, but I don't know if it's something that maybe will be delayed, for me anyways, and how I feel about it, but the way that Chisato looks at life You know, like, even though she knows that she only has these months left to live, she's still looking at it. Oh, okay. My emotions are now hitting me now that I'm actually talking about it, because I'm actually starting to feel it. I don't want to talk about it anymore, or else I'm just gonna fucking cry about it. I'm just gonna wait until the after credit scene hits. Or maybe I'll talk about it. Oh no! My eyes! Alright, who this? Oh, it's Yoshi. What's up? You got another heart? He's trying to call. Man's just out here. He's not even. Oh! Oh shit, here comes Majima! Damn, dude, and his goons always here. Alright. What's going on, Majima? Man's really is a fucking wild card. Alright. But okay, I'm gonna go write my notes, and then we will be back to the center. Alright, so that was episode 9 of Lycoris Recoil. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys. For me, well, it was a heavy, somber, but not as somber as it could be sort of episode, although I feel like that sort of feel will really hit later on in terms of the way that Chisato is dealing with all of this, well, both Chisato and Takina, and how they're dealing with this situation at the current moment. But towards the beginning, we see that Himegama had finished her job. Her intention was to overcharge her heart, and because of that, her heart can't be recharged ever again. And since they've recently recharged her heart, she only has 2 months left to live before, you know, she just fucking conks out forever. And there seemingly is, from the flashback of that Mika was talking about, that perhaps like this heart is one of like the most advanced things that the Allen Institute has made, but it's still not perfect, and that means she won't last until her adulthood. But you know, I was talking about the beginning, but then I ended up going into the freaking flashback. You know what? Might as well talk about it, since it's still talking about Chisato's heart. And just Chisato in general, I say, as I'm gonna start talking about Mika. But it's an interesting thing, well, not interesting, well, I mean, it's there, knowing that, obviously, in the beginning, all Mika saw, he had the same idea, or ideology, perhaps, as Yoshi, where, well, her heart won't last until adulthood, but most Lycoris really only last until they're 18 anyways, you know? We're gonna pick up some other fucking kids later. If they're only gonna last that much, you know? Might as well get the most usage out of her. But he ends up getting soft on Chisato because Yoshi was the one who made a promise with each other, and that Mika was going to take care of Chisato and not just handing her over to the DA. You know, he was going to personally do it, and he says that's how our make-believe family started. And in the end, you know, for what Mika feels, that make-believe family ends up becoming a real family, and that's why he doesn't want to fulfill the promise that Yoshi wants him to fulfill, and he would rather just let Chisato continue living out the rest of her life doing her own thing. So that was that's an interesting thing. But also, I think this is when Chisato's in her wheelchair. I believe that's before she got the heart operation, but she ends up meeting Yoshi because, haha, she's on a goddamn wheelchair. She's way too fast for you, Mika, and your fucking injured leg or whatever it is. Get wrecked. But because of that, she ends up meeting Yoshi, but she wasn't supposed to have seen him. So it's an interesting thing that this has happened twice, and perhaps with the second meeting of her seeing Yoshi again, but as like actually the guy who saved her, not just as, you know, this random dude who comes into the cafe from time to time to talk. Like, that second time was, I I would assume sort of like the catalyst of why he's finally started to to get her heart overcharged and, put her on a goddamn time limit. But it was interesting that Yoshi says, in order for her to fulfill her mission, he will he will become a savior for the time being. And Chisato hearing that, and perhaps she's a child, so she's an impressionable child, and knowing that Yoshi is going to be the person who saves her, or, gets her heart replaced and, get her a little bit more healthy here and there, Chisato decides that she also wants to be a savior. And Kurumi was the one who deduced that, so this is the reason why she doesn't want to kill people, because she wants to save people. And it's that's like so ingrained in her head by then, that even though Yoshi gave her a fucking gun, she's over here like, so I can use this gun to save people. I mean, yes, Chisato, you can use this gun to save people. I find it really funny that Yoshi is a little upset over Mika not fulfilling the promise, but at the same time, like, you're sort of the guy who pushed Chisato onto him and said that, well, she's like our daughter now, right? And you're like, alright, dude, if you're gonna imply some sort of family shit, and then you're gonna put her onto him, and if you have some... I don't know, maybe Yoshi just didn't expect him to become soft, huh? But again, if you spend a lot of time with someone, and then you make that implication that this person's your family, even if it's a make-believe sort of thing, it can eventually become real, so... who would have thought, Yoshi? Who would have thought that this was what was going to happen? I also really like the fact that he actually says she's our daughter, and Yoshi is really the dad who went out to get some milk and has never returned. And Chisato's just been out here trying to search for him. So in that flashback, as Yoshi was walking away, he was not having it, when she hugged him and she was like, I want to become a savior too. He was just kind of like, alright fam. He just like slowly pushed her away, got up and just started walking. He's just like, nah. That's not what you're supposed to be doing, but I'm not gonna tell you about it. You weren't even supposed to see me. But as he was going to leave, Chisato takes a picture of him, to which that camera that she had ends up being confiscated by the DA, and Kusunoki says that she had to retrieve it in order to contain leak information, prevent information from being leaked, and that kind of got me curious, because were there other pictures that Chisato took that you guys needed to keep from being leaked? Or is it the picture of Yoshi? And if it's the picture of Yoshi, does Kusunoki have an idea of who Yoshi is, or just know of his existence in general? Also, speaking of the Allen Institute, we've really only seen Yoshi and Himegama. We haven't really seen anybody else from the Allen Institute. We know that there's a big team, because they've got all these advanced technologies. And maybe they've got a base somewhere, but we just never know. And then we have our wild card, which is Majima, who finds info on Yoshi through Robata, because all he really needs to do is just point a gun at Robata, and Robata's like, hold on fam, hold on. I'll give you some information, alright? Just don't shoot me in the goddamn head. And I believe Majima learned about Yoshi through Chisato, right? After they had their, nice little talk in the apartment and all that. And towards the end of the episode, we see that Majima ambushes Yoshi, who was holding a peculiar suitcase. And I wonder what is inside this suitcase. It kind of makes me wonder, because if this is where we're going, right? With the possible chance of Chisato dying, then are we going to go all the way with it? Is she actually going to die? I suppose this is how you take, any potential Yuri out of this. Just make it a fucking tragic story, dude. Anyways, I wonder, are they going to go through it, or have they actually created a different sort of heart that is going to be better for Chisato, but they just want her to fulfill her mission, and if she does fulfill her mission, Would she be, would they actually give her a new heart? I don't know. It's just an assumption. We don't know what is inside the suitcase. It could just be, random shit for all we know. But it's probably something important. And Majima is probably going to have his hands on it unless Yoshi and Himegama somehow find himself, slipping out of this this rocky situation. Maybe there's just a dirty bomb in that suitcase. We'll just have to see. So that's going to be nice to see in the next episode. But finally going to talk about Takina and Chisato, and not just about Takina's. Wait a minute, I wrote Takina's heart. No wonder I was like, wait a minute, something looks wrong. God damn it. So we know that Chisato and Takina has bonded throughout these the previous episodes. So it's understandable that Takina, knowing about the possible death of Chisato, she gets very sad, and it affects her performance as well, as we saw them catching those other guys, and then her just not really paying too much attention, and Chisato's just over here like, no worries, I'll go do this for them. I'll go do this for you. And Takina's just over here like, wait, hold on, don't run, like if you're running, you're gonna waste more of your time, I suppose. Alright, there was a lot of yelling and I had to go outside and assess the situation, but I forgot what I was talking about. Takina, Chisato, heart, possible death. Oh yeah, Chisato goes back to the DA. And she got the camera, which I had already mentioned, but Kusunoki says something that feels very similar to Yoshi, in the way that she says like, well, you're going to die in 2 months and you're not even going to be able to fulfill your part. All these people have put their resources and their time and their effort on you to make you one of the most skillful Lycoris that there is, and you're just going to fucking whittle away like that. You're not even going to take part of this operation that we're going to do. We're going to fucking raid Majima's place. And Chisato says, I feel like what my part to be is different from yours, and it's something that we've been seeing throughout. People are trying to push her to this whole killing thing, but she doesn't want to do it, even if she's just going to whittle away like that. But she says that she might think about it if the DA take back Takina, and it's just a nice little thought knowing that, she is continuing to try to get Takina back to the DA, even knowing that she doesn't have enough to live, and knowing that the DA now needs her since they know that she's going to fucking drop at any moment. She still uses that as leverage in order to take Takina back. I would assume this is what influenced them to actually invite Takina again, and so Takina gets recruited to the DA since, again, they need more manpower. But Takina is not really happy. It's an interesting thing knowing that, she does want to go to the DA, but, well, not but, after episode 3 or somewhere around there, she's decided that she wants to stay at Lycoris Recoil for the most part, and if she wants to go back to the DA, she can. But now that she has this opportunity to go back, she doesn't really feel all that happy knowing that Chisato is going to die within a couple months. She wants to, at the very least, stay with Chisato until her very last moments, but that is until she overhears the talk between Kurumi and Mika and decided that she's going to join the DA if this can help save Chisato, since they could get some information on Yoshi through Majima. So we'll just have to see how that goes. I mean, I guess you can sort of get information from Majima now since he has met Yoshi face to face. God, if it isn't Majima running people over with his car, it's him standing in the middle of the road waiting to get hit. So anyways, with that new plan, Takina decides to take Chisato out on a very timed date. She literally had her phone on and she just had like time to go through, we're gonna do every single thing that we can in this date, alright? You're gonna get the best out of everything. And throughout that entire scene, especially with her showing like this guide, the first thing that popped in my head was fucking Citrus when Mei had her own little date guide when she goes to and you know, Mei and Yuzu were going out on a fucking date. That's what I was thinking of, and I'm just like, don't fucking do this to me, man. But hey, for the most part, their nice little time date went pretty swimmingly. They thought that it wasn't going to snow, but after the little conversation that Chisato and Takina had, it snowed. So hey, what a fucking miracle. But this is when, you know, we get to see Chisato saying like, hey, you know, it's better to just look at the good side of things instead of fucking being sad and gloomy all the time, you know? And that's what we've been seeing from Chisato. She's always taking things in stride, unless it's fucking asshole drivers. That's the one thing that she's just like, nah, I'm not gonna take any single shit from you. Okay, so Takina says everything is so irrational, don't you think? And Chisato says there's no use worrying about things you can't resolve on your own. Accept them with everything you've got. You know, and that's her ideology, and it's certainly there. You know, she's when she fucking drops, she'll drop with a smile on her face, and that's just going to hurt, I suppose. But I'm glad that I was able to take this time to write notes and then actually talk about every other thing before this one, because if I started talking about fucking Chisato and Takina, I would have just fucking cried throughout the entire discussion. So I'm glad that I had that little downtime. This episode feels very heavy, but Chisato is literally lifting the mood by her bootstraps. I am not really sure if I'm using that term correctly, but anyways, you know, the way that she's keeping her cheery attitude, but it's also the fact that Chisato knows that she doesn't have long to live anyways, which was something that she said in the beginning, where she's just kind of like, well, I kind of wish I hadn't mentioned to Takina, or when she was there, that perhaps, you know, she had a metal heart, and just knowing that she won't live long anyway, so she just wished that that Takina hadn't heard about this. So that somber feeling, you know, that sad feeling that the episode was trying to portray, especially with the somber soundtrack that was just fucking hitting all the time. It didn't, you know, my heart felt heavy for sure, but again, Chisato was really uplifting my mood through her very cheery attitude, and I suppose it's the idea of that, and the cheeriness, and just, you know, the topic of death in general kind of hits me a little bit more now, knowing that you know, eventually, maybe in this year, next year, I'm gonna have to attend yet another fucking funeral for my family. Cause they're all dropping like fucking flies, dude. They're all fucking dropping like flies. It's a lot of death. That's all I'm gonna, well, not a lot of death, but just death in short amount of in a short span. You know, just that topic in general. It's just it's like a flesh wound for me right now. I felt a little teary when I was talking about that, but you're not gonna get me this time, episode. Anyways, I suppose Majima will have a nice little talk with someone from the Allen Institute, and perhaps he will commence his grand plan of attacking the new radio tower, and we can have, I suppose, a nice little reenactment of what happened in the old radio tower. I don't know. So, well, we'll just have to see. Someone's going to get shot, that's for sure. But if I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys when I see you guys.